October 1st, 1975. Manila. Joe Frazier's face is unrecognizable. His eyes are so swollen he can barely see Muhammad Ali. The ring doctor panics. This fight must be stopped immediately. Eddie Futch hesitates, but Joe wants to keep fighting. The doctor asks Joe directly, "Son, can you see me?" Joe's answer becomes the most unforgettable moment in Manila history. "I can't see you, doctor, but I can see the championship, and it's mine." This is not just a fighter's words. This is a warrior's declaration. Manila, Philippines, Quezon City, Araneta Coliseum, October 1st, 1975, Wednesday, local time 10:45 p.m., tropical humidity outside, hellish heat inside, 25,000-seat arena packed to capacity. Ticket prices astronomical, cheapest 50 pesos, most expensive 500 pesos. Normal monthly salary in Philippines is 300 pesos. People mortgaged their homes for this fight. Ferdinand Marcos, president of the Philippines, sits in his private box. Next to him, his wife, Imelda Marcos. The world's eyes are on Manila. Live broadcast going to 100 countries, estimated 1 billion people watching. History's most watched sporting event. Joe Frazier, 31 years old, 205 pounds, 32-2 record. For the last 2 years, he knows he needs revenge against Muhammad Ali. In 1974, Ali lost to him, but it was a referee's decision. Joe believes he won that fight. Tonight, he'll prove it. Muhammad Ali, 33 years old, 224.5 pounds, 48-2 record. World heavyweight champion. But he's aging, not as fast as before, not as durable as before. He knows he needs to take Joe seriously. Both men know. This isn't just a fight. This is war. This is revenge. This is a matter of honor. And in Manila, only one will stand. If you want to know how this war ends, just hit that like button. Because what Joe is about to say will leave the entire world speechless. The fight begins. First round's cautious, both measuring each other. But from the third round, hell breaks loose. Joe goes on the attack. His left hooks find Ali's chin. Ali steps back. Joe presses forward. Fourth round. Joe corners Ali. His left hook lands on Ali's head. Ali staggers. The referee doesn't start counting, but Ali is in trouble. Joe, like a lion, smelling prey. Hits harder. Fifth round. Ali tries to recover, throwing jabs, keeping distance. But Joe won't stop. Every punch lands on Ali's body. Ali starts losing breath. Sixth round. Angelo Dundee in Ali's corner, worried. "Move! Stay away from him," he says. But Joe is too close, too aggressive. Ali can't find room to escape. Seventh round. Joe's left hook lands on Ali's chin. Ali's legs shake. Joe sees the opportunity, continues attacking. Ali defends with difficulty in the corner. Eighth round. Ali recovers a bit, uses jabs, tries to keep Joe away. But Joe's power doesn't diminish. Each attack damages Ali more. Ninth round. Both warriors tired, but Joe's superiority clear. Ali's face starts swelling. Joe's right eye also bruised. 10th round. Joe lands a hard hook on Ali's left eye. Ali's eye immediately starts swelling. Joe sees this, hits the same spot again. Ali in pain. 11th round. This is where the real drama begins. Joe's left eye now completely swollen, closed. His right eye also starting to close, but he keeps attacking, blinded but determined. Ali also in bad shape, both eyes bruised and swollen, but he can see better than Joe, uses jabs, bothers Joe. Between rounds, Joe's corner. Eddie Futch looks at Joe's eyes, in fear, left eye completely closed, right eye almost closing too. "Joe, can you see?" Eddie asks. "I can see a little," Joe says, but his voice isn't clear. The swelling in his face makes speaking difficult. Eddie's assistants make ice compresses, but the swelling won't go down. Joe's eyes closing more every second. Then the ring doctor, Dr. Ferdy Pacheco, approaches. American doctor, Ali's personal physician. But right now, he's only concerned with medical condition. "Eddie, look at this kid," says Dr. Pacheco. "His eyes are destroyed." Eddie looks. Joe's left eye completely closed. In his right eye, just a small line open. "Joe, can you see me?" Eddie asks. Joe turns his head toward Eddie's voice, but his eyes can't see Eddie. "Coach, I hear your voice. I see a little blurry." Dr. Pacheco intervenes. "Eddie, this fight should be stopped. This kid is fighting blind." Eddie hesitates. He knows Joe. They've worked together 15 years. He knows Joe's warrior heart, but he also knows he needs to protect Joe. The ring commissioner approaches. Filipino official, knows English but heavy accent. "What is problem?" he says. "Fight must continue." Dr. Pacheco explains. "This fighter cannot see. Medically, he shouldn't continue." If you want to hear Joe's legendary response in this situation, click that subscribe button, because what he's about to say affected not just Manila, but the entire world. The commissioner looks at Joe. Joe sits there, breathing heavily, face unrecognizable, both eyes swollen, but his posture still has warrior pride. "You," the commissioner says to Joe, "can you see?" Joe lifts his head. Voice comes out clear. "What am I supposed to see?" "Me, the man across from you." Joe pauses for a moment, then gives his answer. "I can't see you clearly, but I feel Ali. I hear him. I can catch him." Dr. Pacheco shakes his head. "This is very dangerous. There could be permanent vision loss." Eddie in a very difficult position. He knows Joe. If he tries to stop him, Joe will never forgive him. But if he lets him continue, Joe might lose his eyesight. Joe feels Eddie's hesitation, reaches for Eddie's hand. "Coach, I'm fine. If I can't see, I'll feel. I can beat Ali." Eddie's eyes fill up. He's known Joe since he was 15, since the days Joe was a farm worker. This kid never gave up, never quit. But now it's different. Now Joe's eyes are in danger. Dr. Pacheco intervenes again. "Eddie, medically speaking, this fight should stop." Joe hears him, turns to the doctor. Even though he can't see, he looks in the direction of the voice. "Doctor," Joe says, voice calm but determined. "I'm Joe Frazier. I'm from Philadelphia. I've fought my whole life. I used my eyes to see. But now, if my eyes are closed, I'll use my heart." He pauses, takes a breath. "You're a doctor. You understand my body, but you don't understand my soul. My soul is never blind." Dr. Pacheco is surprised. He wasn't expecting this answer. Joe continues, "Doctor, listen to me. This isn't just a fight. This is my life. This is my honor. Ali called me a gorilla. He humiliated me. He looked down on me. I'm going to show him who Joe Frazier is." Eddie intervenes. "Joe, son, your eyes." "Coach," Joe says, voice now stronger. "My eyes might be closed, but my heart is open. I still feel Ali. He's at the other end of that ring, breathing, tired as me." He pauses. "I won't give up. I've never given up in my life. I won't give up now." The commissioner interferes. "But safety." Joe turns to him. "Safety? I've been fighting since I was 15. I fought on the streets. I fought in bars. I fought in rings. It was never safe. Why are we looking for safety now?" Dr. Pacheco tries one last time. "Son, can you see me?" Joe turns his head toward the doctor, smiles a little. His swollen lips struggle, but his smile shows. "I can't see you, doctor, but I can see the championship, and it's mine." This statement shocks everyone. Silence falls around the ring. Dr. Pacheco doesn't know what to say. Joe continues. Doctor, you studied medicine. I studied at the University of Life. You know the body. I know the soul. He pauses. My soul doesn't need eyes to see. My soul recognizes Ali, feels him, reaches him. If you want to see how these words became history, turn on notifications, because Joe's determination affected all of Manila, even the entire world. Eddie is very moved. He's known Joe for 15 years, but never heard such deep words. Joe, Eddie says, voice trembling, you're like a son to me. I love you, but I need to protect you. Coach, Joe says, if you want to protect me, don't stop me from fighting. Stopping me from fighting is the same as killing me. On the other side of the ring, Ali is also listening, sitting in his corner. Angelo Dundee tries to cool his face with ice. Ali's eyes also swollen, but not as much as Joe's. Ali hears Joe's voice, feels Joe's determination, and for the first time he's scared, because fighting with a blinded man is the most dangerous thing. A blind man will do anything. Angelo Dundee whispers in Ali's ear, Mohammed, that kid is blind. You have the advantage. Ali shakes his head. Angelo, that kid isn't blind. That kid is more dangerous. Blind men have no fear. In the middle of the ring, the referee waits. Filipino referee Carlos Padilla Jr., watching both corners. Will the fight continue or stop? Dr. Pacheco makes his final decision. Eddie, medically, I can't allow it, but the final decision is yours. Eddie, in a very difficult position, looks at Joe. Joe sits there, breathing heavily but determined. Even if his eyes don't see, his heart sees. Joe, Eddie says, do you trust me? Coach, you're like a father to me. I trust you blindly. Then listen to me. I'm giving you one more round, just one round. If you can't gain advantage over Ali in this round, I'm stopping the fight. Joe smiles. Coach, one round is enough. Give me one round. I'll finish Ali. Eddie cools Joe's eyes with ice one last time. Makes no difference. Swelling won't go down. Joe, how will you fight? You can't see. Coach, I told you, if my eyes don't see, my heart sees. I'll feel Ali. I'll hear him. I'll reach him. The ring bell sounds. 12th round begins. Joe stands up, wobbles a bit. Eddie holds and balances him. Be careful, son. Watch the corners. Joe walks to the center of the ring. Ali walks too. Two warriors face to face. The referee gives final instructions. Joe nods but can't see any of it. Just hears voices. Bell rings. Final round begins. Joe immediately attacks. Even though his eyes don't see, he guesses Ali's position. Throws left hook. Misses. Ali sidesteps. Ali sees Joe is blind. Throws jab. Hits Joe's forehead. Joe staggers, but Joe doesn't give up. Hears Ali's voice, his breathing sound, his footsteps, attacks in that direction. His left hook lands on Ali's ribs. Ali bends with pain. Joe seizes the opportunity, throws uppercut, but misses. Ali pulls back. Joe loses balance, almost falls. The crowd is shocked. 25,000 people silent. They're seeing a blind man fight for the first time. Ali, seeing Joe's eyes aren't open, starts feeling guilty. This man can't see, but he keeps fighting. Ali slows down, doesn't hit Joe very hard, just makes point-scoring punches. Joe feels this. Ali, where are you? Stop running. Come fight. Ali responds, Joe, your eyes aren't open. I don't care. Come fight. Round nearing end, Joe makes his final attack, moves toward where he thinks Ali is, but Ali isn't there anymore. Joe punches air, with momentum, crashes into the ring ropes. Bell rings. 12th round ends. Joe returns to his corner. Eddie helps. Joe tired but still wants to fight. Coach, 13th round? Eddie shakes his head. Joe, enough. You showed heroism today, but that's enough. No, coach. I can still fight. Dr. Pacheco approaches. Eddie, you already decided. Fight stops. Joe tries to stand up. No, I'm ready. 13th round. Eddie holds Joe and sits him down. Sit down, son. You proved your warrior spirit today, but now your health is more important. Joe starts crying. Even though he can't see, tears flow. Coach, I could have beaten Ali. I felt him. I was going to catch him. I know, son. I know. You showed you're a real warrior today. The referee in ring center speaks into microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds, Joe Frazier's corner is stopping the fight. The winner, and still heavyweight champion of the world, Muhammad Ali. The crowd gives mixed reactions, some celebrating for Ali, some sad for Joe. Ali comes to Joe's corner, sits next to Joe. Joe, Ali says, you fought like a lion today. Joe hears Ali's voice. Ali, you won, but I scared you, didn't I? Ali laughs. Joe, you scared me to death, especially in the last rounds, because I couldn't see. A blind man is the most dangerous. Ali is surprised. You really couldn't see at all. Last 3 rounds, I couldn't see at all, but I felt you. Ali gets emotional. Joe, you're an incredible warrior. You fought even when you couldn't see. Ali, Joe says, this is my job. I'm a warrior. Warriors don't give up. Share in the comments. What would you do in this situation? Would you fight even if you couldn't see? That night in his Manila hotel room, Joe lies down, eyes still swollen. Doctor examines him. Joe, you're lucky, no permanent damage, but it was a very risky situation. Joe smiles. Doctor, I took the risk because I wanted to be champion. You almost became champion, Joe. You fought blind for the last 3 rounds and were still dangerous. Yes, doctor. Like I told you, my soul is never blind. Next day, Manila newspapers write Joe's story. Blind warrior headline appears. A journalist asks Joe, Joe, could you really not see at all in the last 3 rounds? I couldn't see at all, but I felt Ali. My heart saw him. Weren't you scared? I was scared, but I wanted it more than I was scared. I wanted to be champion so much that I would fight even blind. Do you regret it? Joe thinks, no, I don't regret it at all. I showed the real Joe Frazier that night, the man who never gives up. The journalist asks, they're calling you blind warrior. Do you like that? Joe laughs. I'm not blind, just that night my eyes were closed. But my heart is always open, and a person with an open heart is never blind. This interview is published in World Press. Joe's words become legend. My soul is never blind. I can see the championship. A person with an open heart is never blind. These words go down in sports history, used in motivation speeches, sports articles, hung on trainers' walls. Years later, in 2005, Joe explains in an interview, that night in Manila, I didn't just fight. I lived. I learned what real living means that night. How so? Living isn't just seeing. Living is feeling. Living is believing. Living is struggling. Were you blind that night? Joe smiles. That night I was physically blind, but spiritually I had never seen so clearly. What did you see? I saw who I was. I saw who Joe Frazier was. I saw who the man who never gives up was. In 2011, before Joe died of cancer, what he said in his last interview becomes legend. I fought a lot in my life, but my most important fight was Manila, because that night I showed I could fight even blind. Why was that important? Because life is like that too. Sometimes you can't see what will happen, but you still have to struggle. Even if your eyes are closed, your heart should be open. Which warrior quote affected you the most? Share in the comments. That night in Manila wasn't just a fight. That night, Joe Frazier taught the whole world something. Real strength is not in the eyes, but in the heart. Real vision is not physical, but spiritual. A real warrior is not someone who makes excuses about obstacles, but someone who fights with obstacles. And most importantly, the soul is never blind. Today, 48 years later, Joe's words still inspire. To people whose eyes are closed, to people fighting obstacles, to people who don't give up. Doctor, I can't see you, but I can see the championship, and it's mine. These words are valid not just in Manila, but everywhere. Every person has their own Manila. Every person has their own obstacles. Some are physical obstacles, some are spiritual. But what Joe taught is this: whatever your obstacle, as long as your heart is open, no obstacle can stop you. Because real championship is won not with eyes, but with heart. And Joe Frazier proved that night that he was a real champion even with his eyes closed. We have more videos about Joe and Ali's other legendary moments on our channel. If you don't want to miss the next story, don't forget to subscribe.